Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for North Dakota Today on this Wednesday morning. I'm Lisa Beddoe here with Chris Berg. How are you doing here midweek?
I'm good. I thought you were going to open the show today with a little Buenos Dias. I'm so sad because yesterday I forgot to mention that yesterday was the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month, and you know I love my Latino culture,
Yes,
my
you do.
Mexican food, and so I feel bad I didn't say anything yesterday. So happy Hispanic Heritage Month, and you get to enjoy the whole month of spicy food, a little dancing.
We're still waiting for our spicy guacamole to be brought into
That's right.
So
We might have missed the avocado season.
this morning we had a question on the Valley Today. Our fun, silly question was 1 in 10 people have never drank this, and it was a margarita. So after knowing that all morning, I was like, chips, salsa, margarita.
There you go.
So I didn't even realize, I didn't put that together.
That was so well done, Beddoe. Well done.
Actually, one day last week, we had to just buy our guac, but I bought some spicy guac, and I opened the guac and the chips, and I'm like, this is what Mom is making you for supper tonight. And sometimes I think that's all right. I like spicy guac. Do you put jalapenos? Do you like yours spicy?
Oh, I do the habaneros.
Yeah.
I do super hot, and it's just like that nice, it hits you, and you're like, oh, this is really good. And then about 10 seconds later, you're like, ooh, that's got some nice kick to it. Since it's Hispanic Heritage Month, shouldn't we have some tequila at some point this month? Or
It only seems right.
that just seems like the right thing to do.
You know, I was at a restaurant the other day and I had a margarita, and the bartender, who we've gotten to know because we apparently drink lots of margaritas, was like, we just got this new tequila in, and he let us smell some of the different, and you could actually smell the difference in the tequila bottles.
What kind
I'm
was
not I should have written it down. I don't remember. It was not Jose Cuervo. I don't know.
Was it the Casa Amigos, the George Clooney one, where you were like...
No, it was not. Yeah, I know. I like it when the celebs put their name on some of those. I would totally drink it, but no, it was cool. I was like, oh, I can smell that tequila, spicy, versus not. So if you really, the Mexican Village on 45th Street, the bartender there, he knows his tequila.
That's a good skill to have.
And he's like, Lisa, I know you want salt on the rim. I'm like, yes, I do. Just keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Do you get the good tequilas where you can just sort of sip it every now and then, or is it just straight margaritas?
I have had that before where we went to a house party one time, and the guy's like, you got to try this. And it was dark brown. I was like, oh, he's like, nope, it's sweet, it's sipping. I was like, really? I was like, I wanted to lick my wrist, and that's how I do it. That's how I learned it in college. You need some salt and a lime. No, I guess you have to stop doing that when you grow up.
Then you're going to shoot it down with some Red Bull, and you were good, right?
Watch the next bar, you're trying to whatever's left. I've had salt on my wrist more than one time. I can admit that.
That is fantastic.
By the time I want a tequila shot, though, it means I
we
don't
may
need
have
a
to see
tequila
if we've
shot.
got some old videos.
See, luckily, I grew up before. I turned 21 when Facebook was not really a thing. Thank goodness. I'm sure there's some still pictures somewhere people have in their shoebox under the bed. My goodness, that's scary. Let's hope not. Okay, talking about scary. Did you hear about this story? Joshua Pagero, one of our reporters yesterday.
This is unbelievable. I only heard a snippet of it, and I just cannot believe this happened in Fargo. If it was Portland, maybe, but not Fargo.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually texting with Josh yesterday because Josh Pagero is one of our, great news reporters,
I love Josh.
And he has got a new gig. I don't think I'm breaking anything there. That's out there. But anyway, so I was, important stuff. I was like, Josh, when is the party?
Wow.
What's going on? Are we having a go away party? And seriously, this is his text. These same pictures we're seeing up on the screen. He texted me that, but he said, your text came in at the same time when someone attacked my Valley News Live vehicle right before I went live at 4. He went on a media rant and then smashed the front window. I was like, what? Oh my goodness. So anyway, yeah, luckily he wasn't hurt. He took the picture as well, but just so you know, Valley News Live is planning to pursue criminal charges against this man. Just like I read from my text message there, it happened just before 4. We have that, new 4 o'clock newscast, and Josh was doing a live report right along 2nd Avenue and 28th Street North, minding his own business.
I was going to say, he was just doing a typical little live shot, right? It wasn't like he was out.
No, I think he was, I was
controversial,
asking, he was doing a story on a nursing home or some violations and I don't think the guy, from what I'm hearing, he was yelling and using some profanity, but I don't think it was necessarily about the story Josh was,
it was just he sees media. And
because storm team vehicle, but you look at that and you think, oh my goodness, It's just scary. What did you say? Like you'd expect it in Portland?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in
Yeah,
Portland, right? Or I mean, I don't know if you saw some of the videos in New York where they were, harassing some media guy. But that's the good thing is Josh is from Manhattan, so Josh is probably kind of like, really, bro? Like, okay, been there, seen this
He's
before.
got like, his street cred is probably like, and then he did email the newsroom. He's like, talk about how he doesn't, kind of can keep calm and stuff, but he did want to get, information on the guy and whatever. But that's a guy from Manhattan versus a gal from small town Bow Bells, North Dakota. I don't know what I would have done. So
Well, and plus being a female too, it's different. I mean, you probably would have hopefully jumped in the car, locked the doors, and just. But when he starts smashing the windows, what do you think then? Is he going to break him out or?
right, and that's violence. So who says if he's willing to smash your window, that he's not willing to, smash you. So anyway, it was kind of a scary situation, and I know we're all thinking. And have messaged Josh, like, thank goodness that you were not hurt. And, that's why you have insurance. So I know our boss is like, totally taking care of Josh and Joshua.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the great thing about Josh, if you don't know him, like, I can just see him. Honestly, he probably was just sort of like, all right, give me a minute. All right, hey, because I think Callie's doing the 4 o'clock, right? Like, you can see Josh just like, I'll handle this later. Hey, Callie, well, da-da-da, and he just probably did his live hit and was good.
I don't think he gets too frazzled.
I don't think he does either.
Or things. And like, in case he is watching, this is Josh and I, like when he first moved here, this is a really weird turn, but if you don't know, Joshua, like, is a mad runner. Like, I see him at Courts Plus. That's how I remember I don't work on the same shift as anyone. So I was like, hey, you work here. And then like someone else like, oh, that guy, he like runs like 10 miles every day, like 10 miles an hour. He's
Really?
like, that guy is, he's just intense in his workouts. So also, I was going to say, if you're going to pick on someone, that would be the wrong guy because he is in shape for sure. If that guy ran or got in a car, Josh would be able to run like 10 miles down the
cross country growing up, or does he just learn that from living in Manhattan? Because you got to hustle in Manhattan.
I don't know where it came from, but if you just wanted to know something more about Joshua, a positive story about Joshua, that guy can run. He can run circles around everyone I know. So
another positive story, Joshua, speaking about Hispanic Heritage Month, he's fluent in Espanol. So like, because I've been learning and walking around the office, and he's been helping me out, and so we're gonna miss him. He's a fun dude, and he's a great reporter.
Okay, well, I have to ask you this: were you out on a run last night? I know you like to go for walks at night. I'm seeing all over Facebook that the bugs are back and they're bad.
I haven't felt them that much lately, but maybe I'm just in a different. I don't know, but I thought after it kind of froze one night,
That's
right?
what I thought.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why anyone's happy about it getting cold around here is because we'll kill the mosquitoes. Well, apparently, I think one of our mutual friends who we have on, I think she posted something, Jessica Schindeldecker, was like, my goodness, these bugs are terrible. And then I mentioned it to my girls. They're like, yeah, it's like once the sun starts going down, which of course is a lot earlier. So, and I thought, well, I'll just find out when we're spraying it. As of this morning, I didn't see anything on the Cass County Vector Control website. I don't know.
Well, and I think there's been a big debate right now because when they did it recently, and it's monarch butterfly season. Yeah. So many people are like, wait a second here, what are we doing? So they're going to have that conversation. So I don't know if they're going to be spraying anytime soon. And obviously I'm not an expert on the monarch butterfly migration season, but
You're not. That's surprising.
But if that is still happening, I don't see us spraying during that because it was, I mean, you love, and it's funny because you're right. When I would go out and we'd go for walks with Isabel, like you would just see butterflies everywhere, and it was fantastic. You're like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah. Well, while it lasted.
Yeah.
Well, we have a great show planned for you today. You don't want to go anywhere. Coming up next, just got back from market. One of our favorite boutique owners, Lauren Zimma, is joining us with the latest trends. Not even in stores yet. We're going to talk about that next.